Now, this is Montana Bigfoot in Yellowstone National Park, and we were talking about how the droughts affect Bigfoot and wildlife in the area that Bigfoot possibly lives off of. But you were saying that some of the wildlife.
I mean, just wildlife in general. I mean, Bigfoot included. But, it's affecting the humans, and it's affecting the wild animals. They're coming down into the cities. They're looking bobcats, mountain lions, bears. They're coming down out of the foothills, and they're looking for water.
And they also pose a threat to people. Now that,
well, yeah, no doubt.
And possibly, are we going to start seeing Bigfoots in urban areas?
Well, it's possible that's why we're getting so much of this footage. They're actually coming out of hiding more now. This is absolutely. We're encroaching on their wild areas, and now they're running out of water. I mean, that's affecting everybody.
Where in the mountains you say there's like lakes or rivers, and when they dry up, the mountain lions, for example, will come down from the hills or the mountain into lower areas where water collects.
Well, we're going on a few years of drought now, and it's starting to get severe. And when you don't have that snowpack, you don't have these lakes and streams filling up. You don't have these reservoirs filling up. Or they're up in the high country. These animals have access to fresh water.
Now, would you suggest this is global warming related, or is it just a trend that happens every now and then?
This has got to be somehow connected to global warming. The hip bone's connected to the whatever bone. But, this is all part of what's happening. And are we creating this? Is mankind causing all of this to happen?
That's the thing scientists are not in consensus with.
Well, not everybody's in agreement, but, we're seeing the results of this. The price of everything's going to go up. McDonald's is going to be more expensive. It's just basically water.
Okay, you're saying it's all related to water.
It's all related to water. You can't have beef out there, cows naturally grazing because the grass isn't growing. When you have the San Joaquin Valley, when they're cutting back water to all these farmers, then what's the price of food do? It just skyrockets.
And add a possible gas shortage or
natural
increase.
Gas, with these extreme cold temperatures on the West Coast and in Canada, and we're all connected on a grid nationwide, including Mexico and Canada, and they're calling for us to reduce our use of electricity because all these power plants run on natural gas.
So reduce our use of electricity, reduce our use of water, and this is obviously having an effect on Bigfoot or could potentially.
Well, absolutely.
And that might be why we're seeing more photographs and more video these days.
Bigfoot, you're saying along the lines of what, 600 pounds, maybe 7.5, 8 foot tall?
Yes, yeah, something along the lines of a grizzly bear.
Well, how does somebody like that sustain themselves?
They need ample water, and either they get the liquid through a kill or some of their food, but they have to actually drink some of it. And so they'll leave the area they're in and go down
and
into
look for it like other animals are looking for it. Humans are starting to fight over it.
So the bottom line of what we're saying now is the drought does have some kind of impact on Bigfoot.